Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Bravescountry meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves baseball and the rest of the league. I'm your host Vic, and today is Monday, July 14th. We're going to talk about what happened during the weekend all around baseball. We're going to look at the All-Star Week. Yes, All-Star Week is here. Actually started during the weekend on Saturday. We had some of the events taking place, some of the ball games taking place. We had the draft yesterday. We have the home run derby tonight. And then we have the All-Star game tomorrow. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Before we get into that, I want to thank you guys for continuing to tune in, sharing the show, showing love on all the social media platforms. You might hear my dog, Jax. He's over here scratching his bed, trying to get comfortable. If you hear that, don't mind him. He's actually on the 15-day IL right now. He just came out of surgery on Thursday. He has a 2-week recovery time. So he's on the IL, guys. He's on the IL. You might hear him here and there. Just don't mind the guy. He's just trying to get comfortable as much as he can right now. He's down bad right now, but he's going to be up. He's going to be up soon. But anyways, we're going to head into our first segment. You know what time it is.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, and Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSY for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. I'm not gonna lie, I dropped the ball. I didn't know there was a World Cup thing going on the other day, over the weekend. Not even over the weekend. The final game was over the weekend, but I completely missed that. I could have mentioned that when I do my SeatGeek commercial. But anyways, you could have used it for that, but let's go. Going forward, use code CHOPSY for $20 off your first purchase. You want to go catch a Broadway show, go ahead. You want to go watch the Braves, they're playing a little bit better. Let's see if they can play better on the second half. You should use code CHOPSY if you want to do that. You're going to go watch your favorite artists in concert. Again, use code CHOPSY for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. So we're going to get into the Tomahawk Take segment. I forgot to mention what it is for any first-time listeners. Tomahawk Takes is where we look at the previous Braves series, and that was a series against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves went into St. Louis with a 40-52 record, 12 games under 500. They were going to take on the Cardinals, who were 50-44 when it came time for Game 1 on Friday. And Game 1 was started by Grant Holmes for the Braves. Little rocky start for my boy. He went 3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. All those earned, 2 walks, and just 1 strikeout for him. He now has a 3.77 ERA. Good thing was that starting for the St. Louis Cardinals, it was Matthew Liberatore. He kind of was in the same boat. 3 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed as well, 6 runs, all those earned, 1 walk, 2 homers allowed. He took the L in this one. He's now 6-7 with a 4.13 ERA. The Braves, they win this one 6-5. This is how it went down. Top of the first, it was Sean Murphy in the DH spot. Yes, he was in the DH spot. It was we had both catchers. Sorry, I'm blanking out for a second. Both catchers are in the game. Drake Baldwin playing catcher defensively. But Sean Murphy, he cranked a homer. Yes, number 14 of the season for him. He hit that one to left center field. That was a 3-run homer. His power streak continues. That made it 3-0 Braves on the top of the first. They get an early lead, but on the bottom of the first, and I feel like this has been the whole entire season. Anytime the Braves score early, the opposing team, they come right back. They get right into the ball game. Even if they put a crooked number up, the Cardinals, Alec Burleson, he doubles in Brendan Donovan. That makes it 3-1 Atlanta. And then Wilson Contreras, he follows with an RBI single. That made it 3-2 Atlanta. Top of the second, Ronald Acuna Jr. He came in with an RBI single. Michael Harris scores on that one. That makes it 4-2 Braves. Top of the third, another show of power by DH Sean Murphy. A solo shot to center field this time. That made it 5-2. Homer number 15 for him. And then do right and crush everything. Drake Baldwin, the rookie sensation. He singles in Jurickson Profar. That makes it 6-2. Robbles. Bottom of the third, the Cardinals, they managed to score 3 more runs off of Grant Holmes. That made it 6-5. Very, very tight game. Justin, it was only the bottom of the third. Very tight game. You're thinking it's gonna be a whole bunch of more runs being scored throughout the game, but that was actually it for the scoring. And the Braves bullpen, they held it down after that. And it was Año de los Santos, Austin Cox, pause, Rafael Montero, Pierce Johnson, pause, and then Raisel Iglesias. They combined for 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, only 1 hit allowed in those 6 innings. No runs allowed, 2 walks, 2 Ks. And it was just exactly like I said, 3, just 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, only 3 base runners allowed by the Braves bullpen. And Raisel Iglesias, he came in and he shut the door. He picks up save number 10 in the ballgame. We had some bad news in this ballgame. Of course, it has to be. You finally get a W, but you got some bad news to follow. Austin Riley, he came out of the game midway into the game. Yo, I'm pretty sure you guys saw all the rumors going around. They take him out. They take him out of the game. Nobody knows what's happening. Braves social media, well, not the actual Braves account, but Braves fans on social media start going crazy talking about Austin Riley got traded or he's about to get traded, because then the rumor was 30 minutes before they took Riley out, Nacho Alvarez, he was taken out the game in AAA Gwinnett. So dudes are starting to say, yo, Austin Riley just got traded. He's about to get traded. I kind of started believing it for like a brief 5 seconds, bro. I'm like, bro, they probably did trade him. That's crazy. That wasn't the case. I'm glad it wasn't the case, but not too glad about this. But Austin Riley, he was put on the IL. I believe it was a 10-day IL with a strained right abdomen. And Nacho Alvarez, he was called up, and he was able to take over third base for game 2 and 3 of the series. You'll see. But yeah, so the dudes, y'all gotta chill on the social media pages, man. Y'all gotta chill with these rumors. Y'all going crazy, bro. Like right off the bat, y'all was saying Austin Riley got traded. Bro, chill out. Y'all gotta chill. Anyways, that's the way game 1 went down. Braves won that one, like I said, 6-5. They come into game 2 with a bullpen game. It was Aaron Bummer opening the game up. He went 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. All those earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, it was Eric Fetty. He went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. All 3 of those earned, 1 walk, 1 K. He now has a 4.83 ERA. And in this game, they changed the lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr., he goes to the 3rd spot in the lineup. Profar was batting 1st, Matt Olson batting 2nd. That's kind of sexy, man. If you ask me, that's a sexy way to start the lineup, start the ball game. And Acuna Jr., like I said, batting 3rd for the first time in his career, La Bestia. He hits a solo shot, number 12 of the season for him. That makes the ball game 1-0 Atlanta right off the bat. Top of the 2nd, and also the Big Bear Osuna. He hits his 12th of the season. That makes it 2-0 Braves. I'm sorry, not 12. That's number 13 for him. Put some respect on his name. Ozuna from the Braves. 2-0 Braves. Michael Harris, he grounds out to 2nd, but he drives in Ozzie. That makes it 3-0 Atlanta. A very productive at-bat for him. His at-bats have been a bit better, I got to say. This series, Michael Harris's at-bats were way better than what we've seen before. He's still chasing a little bit, but he, like I said, the at-bats are getting better. If he's able to do that consistently in the second half, we might have some trouble. But anyways, bottom of the 2nd, Thomas Sajaci. Is it Sajaci or Sajaci? I'm going to say Sajaci. Thomas Sajaci, he has an RBI single. That makes it 3-1 Atlanta. Then Nolan Gorman, he cranks one to right field. That was a shot, 423 feet to right field. I thought it was. That makes it 2. Oh, sorry, that was a 2-run shot. That makes it 3-3. He ties the ball game up. Bottom of the 3rd, newly acquired Joey Wentz, old friend Joey Wentz. I think they got him from the Twins. But Joey Wentz, he was drafted by the Braves a while ago. He pitched great, man. He pitched great. He went 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks, man. He looked phenomenal. If he's able to do that consistently, that'll be nice to have a fresh arm in the bullpen. Bottom of the 6th, Rafael Montero, he takes over for Joey Wentz. He gives up a solo shot to the catcher Yoel Pozo. That gives the Cardinals the lead 4-3. Bottom of the 7th, Dylan Lee, he comes in. He's been pretty good all season long. You got to cut him some slack. I think they got a single off of him. Then a sack bunt. They move the run over. A little bit of small ball. I do like to see teams playing some small ball. Then he gives up the run on Brendan Donovan's single. That makes it 5-3 St. Louis. Top of the 8th, Phil Maton. He comes in. He's been good too this year. Really, really good. Profar, he starts the inning with a double. Matt Olson, he strikes out Acuna. He's able to draw a walk. Then Sean Murphy comes back to the plate. Yo, he's been on one, son. He's been on one. He sends one to left field, 2-2 pitch. I think it was a cutter inside, but not even inside. It was pretty much down the pipe. He cranks that one, 6-5. Braves, another crooked number. He gives us the lead. Bottom of the 8th, Daysman Hernandez comes in. My boy, he comes in, but he gets into some trouble. The ump was squeezing him, though. The ump was squeezing him that inning. I think he got out the inning like 3 times, honestly. But the ump did it. He really was squeezing him, and he screwed him over. He gets up into some trouble. He ends up walking the bases loaded eventually. And then he has a wild pitch that allows a time run to come in. That makes it 6-6. Heading into the top of the 9th, Nacho Alvarez, he just got called up. He singles to open up the inning. Michael Harris second. He moves him over with a sack bunt, small ball, little small ball action. That's what I'm talking about. You got to bring the small ball. If you're struggling, you got to play station to station. I love to see it. Drake Baldwin, the rookie sensation, he pinch hits for Nick Allen. He singles to left field. That makes it 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Jurickson Profar, productive at bat. Some more small ball guys. You got to play the fundamental baseball. That's exactly what they do. He hits one to the right side. That's good enough for Nacho to score. That gives the Braves the lead, 7-6. Bottom of the 9th, Raisel Iglesias. He comes in, 1-2-3 inning ball game, 7-6 win for the Braves. They steal this one late in St. Louis. They win the first 2 games, going for the sweep in Game 3. How did Game 3 go? It was started by Davis Daniel. He was just called up for the Braves. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. That one was earned, 3 walks and 5 Ks. It was Sonny Gray for the St. Louis Cardinals. He went 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. That was earned, no walks, 5 Ks. He now has a 3.50 ERA. It was a crazy game, guys. I'm not going to – just talking about the game gives me a headache, honestly. I had my MLB TV on for like 6 hours, and I said – but that little message was on, the game is in a weather delay, and the same little sounds playing over and over. I didn't change the channel because I'm like, eventually it's gonna come back on because they don't seem like they're gonna cancel it. Postpone it for another time, suspend it. That's the word I'm looking for. So it was a crazy game. I can't even remember. It was. I had to write some notes down. First pitch was at 2:16 p.m. Eastern time. Bottom of the 3rd, there's a rain delay. That's 3:02 p.m. 4:23 p.m., the game resumes. Then at 4:50 p.m., the Braves, they just take the lead. They take a 3-1 lead thanks to Matt Olson. Matt Olson had the first 3 ribbies in this ballgame for the Braves. But at 4:50, top of the 5th, it's another rain delay. 7:30, from 4:50 to 7:30, there's nothing going on. The game resumes at 7:30. And then the final out is recorded at 8:56. Remember, this game was to be started at 2:16, finishes at 8:56. A whole 6 hours later, 6 hours and 40-something minutes. So it was a crazy gap. Crazy. Honestly, I feel like if the game would have kept flowing, I think the Braves would have won that one. Braves would have won it because they had the momentum going into they steal the game. They steal the lead with the Matt Olson 2 RBI single in the top of the 5th. That made it 3-1. When they came back, bottom 5th, Contreras, he ties it up with a 2-run double. That makes it 3-3. That was off of Jesse Chavez, Uncle Jesse. Bottom 6, Jose Fermin, he hits a 2-run homer. First of his career. Congratulations to you, sir. That was off of Jesse Chavez as well. That makes it 5-3. St. Louis. The Braves, they score one on the top of the 7, 5-4. And top of the ninth, they were threatening a little bit. I think they brought in Marcell Ozuna to pinch hit. He had the day off again. They had the two catchers starting. They actually were batting back-to-back, 4 and 5, Murphy and Baldwin. Right after Acuna batting third again. They threatened a little bit. They got I believe Ozuna, he drew a walk. Remember, I can't think of this. It was just a nutty game, man. It was a real nutty game. Was it like first and second, something like that? Anyways, Brian Helsley, he came in, he shut the door. He didn't mess it up like he did the previous game. The Cardinals win 5-4. Braves were looking for the sweep right before the All-Star break. They weren't able to get it. Would have been nice, but at least they won a series. I was this close to declaring them dead. I was saying if they lose the series to the Cardinals, which I thought they were, because they lost to lesser teams before playing the Cardinals. I'm like, that's the thing about baseball, though. You lose to one of the worst teams, and then you come back, you win against a decent team. So that's why you can never predict what's going to happen in baseball. It's a toss up. Any given team going on any given night. But yeah, so I was saying, that was this close to declaring them dead, but I might give them a little chance. I might give them a chance. We're gonna have to wait and see how they open up the season, the second half of the season. But yeah, that's how Game 3 went down. Wander Suero, this dude was looking good too. He went 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 3 Ks. He looked pretty solid, man. So he might be stealing a spot in the bullpen for now. We'll see how that ends up working out. But that was it for Tomahawk Takes. Again, the Braves finally win a series to end the first half. They're still way, way back in the standings. We're going to see that in our next segment. And to introduce our next segment, here we go.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we look at the action from across the league. We're going to start with our first series in Baltimore, Miami at Baltimore. Friday's game, Baltimore wins that one 5-2. Miami comes back in Game 2, shutout victory for them 6-0. And then Sunday's game, who's going to win the series? Is it Miami? Is it Baltimore? Kyle Stowers says, remember, he was a former Oriole, but he says it's the Marlins. They win 11-1. He has a 3-homer game. He goes 5 for 5 with 6 RBIs. And good thing that I had just picked him up about 2 weeks ago on one of my fantasy leagues. My boy racked up some points for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the W. Next, we go to the Bronx. The Chicago Cubs at the Bronx to face the Yankees. The Cubs, they get shut out in Game 1. 11-0 victory for the Yankees. But the Cubs, they bounce back in Game 2. 5-2 victory, and they end up winning the series. They win the rubber matchup 4-1. The Cubs ending the first half on a good note. Then we go to Cincinnati. The Reds hosting the Major League best Colorado Rockies. I'm just kidding. The Rockies, they won the first game 3-2, but then they lose the next 2 games. Scores of 4-3 and then 4-2. Cincinnati wins the series. Congrats to Terry Francona. 2,000 career wins as a manager. I think he's number 13 on the list as of right now. So, again, congrats to him. Then we go to Detroit. Seattle Mariners at Detroit Tigers. It was a sweep, and not for what you're thinking. It was a sweep for the Mariners. They go into Detroit. They end up sweeping one of the best teams in the game. 12-3 win in Game 1, 15-7 in Game 2. 8-4 in Game 3. The Tigers now have a 4-game losing streak. That's how they go into the All-Star break. Then we go to Boston, man, the hottest team. Hottest. I'm talking about hottest in caps lock, bro. The Red Sox going crazy. They were hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. They walk it off in Game 1. Ceddanne Rafaela hits a crazy homer. You got to watch that clip. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. 5-4 victory, a walk-off for the Red Sox. They win Game 2 in a classic baseball score, 1-0 ball game. And then to get themselves win number 10 10 wins in a row. They win the final game of the series 4-1. They sweep the Rays. They have now lost 4 in a row. Brian Bello, he goes 6 1/3 run allowed. And remember, he had a complete game his last start. So his last 2 starts, man, he's been cooking. Cedano Rafaela, he also had a home run in the 6th inning. Red Sox cooking, man. 10 wins in a row. That's what the Braves need, man. All we need is a nice little win streak. I'm not even asking for 10, bro. Let me get a 5-game win streak. Excuse me. 5-game win streak. And, you lose 1. Then you win 3. Lose 1. Win 2. You lose 1. You win 5 again. We're in good shape if you're able to do that. That's why I still got hope in this team, because they have the talent to be able to do it. But we'll see how they do in the second half. But again, Red Sox, 10 wins in a row. We're going to see where they're at in the standings. They were under 500 a while ago, but you're going to see where they're at pretty soon. Next, we go to Kansas City, the New York Mets at the Kansas City Royals. The Mets, they take game 1, 8-3. They take game 2 and the series 3-1. And then looking for the sweep, but they get walked off in game number 3. Nick Lofton, he hits a walk-off bloop single. He drives in Tyler Tolbert. The Royals win that one 3-2. But the Mets, like I said, they win the series to go into the second half. Then we have the Lone Star State battle, the Texas Rangers at the Houston Astros. Rangers, they take game 1, 7-3. Walk-off victory by the Astros in game 2 in 11 innings, 5-4. But then the Rangers, they take game 3 and the series of 5-1 victory from them. Pittsburgh at the Minnesota Twins. The Twins, they take game 1, 2-1. They definitely take game 2, 12-4. Byron Buxton, he's going to be in the home run derby. He goes berserk. He hits for the cycle on his bobblehead night, bro. Like, you picked the perfect night on your bobblehead night. He went 5 for 5, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. He went sick. And then the Twins were looking for the sweep in game 3, but the Pirates, they win that one 2-1. Next, we go to Chicago White Sox hosting the Cleveland Guardians. They had a doubleheader on Friday. Cleveland wins the first one of the doubleheader 4-2. White Sox, they win the second one 5-4, 11 inning walk-off. Game 3, Guardians, they win that one 6-2. And then they win the next one 6-5 in 10 innings. So Cleveland, they win the series 3 out of 4 games. Then we go to Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Washington Nationals. The Brewers, another super hot team. They end up sweeping the Washington Nationals. They have now won 7 games in a row, and they're in a good spot when it comes to the NL Central. We're going to see their spot as well when we get to the standings pretty soon. Then we had the LA Angels hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Angels win game 1, 6-5, game 2, 10-5, and then game 3, the Diamondbacks, they avoid the sweep. They win that one 5-1. Philadelphia, San Diego wins the first 2, 4-2, and then 5-4. Phillies come back. They win a tight one, 2-1. All these games were really tight scores. Those are 2 teams that match up pretty well against themselves. So there's always a battle when you see those 2 teams together. Then we had the Toronto Blue Jays at the Athletics. Blue Jays win game 1, 7-6. Athletics, they come back and win game 2, 4-3, and trying to win the series at home. Athletics, they pull it off. They win 6-3. They take 2 out of 3. Next and final series, the LA Dodgers at the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, they win game 1, 8-7. That gave them a 7-game losing streak for the Dodgers. They go into game 2, like I said, with a 7-game losing streak, but they are able to snap that one. They win against the Giants 2-1 in that game. And then game 3, the final game of the series, to win the series, the Dodgers win this one 5-2, and it takes 11 innings to do that. That was the action from around the league. Now let's look at the standings. Let me just pull that up here real quick. Give me a few, guys. I should have had that set up already, right? But of course I don't. But here it goes. Here is the way the standings are. This is how the standings are looking for the first half of the season, the end of the first half. AL East, Toronto Blue Jays. They sneaked in last minute. pretty much the last week or two, especially since they had that series with the Yankees where they swept 4 games from them. They're in first place, 55-41. The Yankees right behind them, 2 games back, 53-43. The Boston Red Sox just 1 game behind the Yankees, 53-45, right in that 10-game win streak, 3 games back from the Toronto Blue Jays. The Tampa Bay Rays, they were also hot a little while ago, 50-47. They're 5.5 games back. And then you have the Baltimore Orioles. They have gone 6-4 in the last 10. They're 43-52, 11.5 games back. Then we go to the AL Central, the best team in baseball. Detroit Tigers, they're 59-38, and that's after losing 4 games in a row. Just 1 win shy to get to 60. Minnesota Twins, 47-49. They're 11.5 games back. Kansas City Royals, 47-50, 12 games back. Cleveland Guardians, 46-49, also 12 games back. And the Chicago White Sox are there with 32 wins and 65 losses. And final division in the American League, AOS, Houston Astros in first, 56-40. Seattle Mariners, 51-45. They're 5 games back, riding a 3-game win streak coming off that sweep. Texas Rangers, 48-49. They're 8.5 games back. The LA Angels, 47-49. 9 games back. And the Athletics, 41-57. 16 games back. The National League West, the Dodgers in first place, 58-39. San Diego Padres, 5.5 games back, 52-44. Giants, 52-45, right behind them, 6 games back. Arizona Diamondbacks, 47-50, 11 games back. And the Colorado Rockies, they end the first half only getting 22 wins, and they picked up 74 losses. It's crazy pace they're on. National League Central, Chicago Cubs, 57-39. They had a pretty dominant lead all first half this season, but the Milwaukee Brewers, 56-40, riding that 7-game win streak. They're just 1 game back now of the Chicago Cubs. St. Louis Cardinals, they just dropped 2 out of 3 to yours truly. They're 51-46, 6.5 games back. Cincinnati Reds, 50-47, 7.5 games back. Pittsburgh Pirates, 39-58, 18.5 games back. They've lost 2 of their last. They're 2-8 in their last 10. And then the National League East, Philadelphia Phillies, 55-41. They're just half a game up on the New York Mets. They're 55-42. Miami Marlins is holding on to that 3rd spot, 44-51. They are 10.5 games back. And the Braves, 42-53, 12.5 games back. Washington Nationals, 38-58. They are 17 games back. That's the way the standings go. And the wild card. This is how the playoff picture would, if it ended right now, this is how it would be. You have the Dodgers, Cubs, and the Phillies winning their divisions, and then the 3 wild card teams will be the Milwaukee Brewers, the New York Mets, and the San Diego Padres. So you would have 2 teams from each division as of right now. No Braves in sight. The Braves are 9.5 games back of that final wild card spot. They have some ground to make. And then we go to the American League. The 3 division winners right now would be the Detroit Tigers, Houston Astros, and the Toronto Blue Jays. And then in the wild card, we would have the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Seattle Mariners. Oof. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Tampa Bay is 1.5 games back. Texas is just 3.5. A lot of teams in sight. A lot of teams in sight here, man. A lot of teams in the picture. It's gonna go down to the wire. It's gonna be fun to see. But that's the way the standings go. I mean, we might as well look at these stats leaders too. Now that we're here, let me pull that one up too. This is live podcasting at its best. I mean, we're not really live, but I'm just winging it. That's what I mean. Let's see here. Aaron Judge, he leads the league in average, 355. Jacob Wilson in second place. He's hitting 332. When it comes to home runs, Kyle Raleigh, big thumper. He's going to be in the home run derby. He leads with 38. Aaron Judge with 35. Shohei Ohtani-san, he has 32 homers. He's in third place. Stolen bases, if you're into that, Jose Caballero, he's in first with 31. O'Neal Cruz, 29. He'll be in the home run derby as well. Hey, Jose Ramirez, bro, this dude is so underrated. He has 29 stolen bases already. He might be going for 50, bro. I'm going for 50 low key. Let's see what else we got. Oh, on base percentage, Aaron Judge, 462. Will Smith from the Dodgers, the catcher, 425. Jonathan Aranda, 399. He's in third. Slugging, if you're into that, you probably can make out who's a top three when it comes to slugging. Yes, it's Aaron Judge, Kyle Raleigh, Shohei Ohtani. OPS, same thing. Judge, Raleigh, Ohtani. You want to see who's leading in triples? Let's see who's leading in triples, man. Corbin Carroll, he leads with 10 triples, and Jarren Duran, he also has 10, representing the Red Sox. I was about to say the White Sox. Most walks is Barry Bonds leading. I'm just kidding. Most walks, Juan Soto, he's in first, 77 walks. Rafi Devers, he's in second with 73. Aaron Judge, here he goes again. You're gonna keep hearing his name. When it comes to all the offensive categories, he has 69. Let's see. I think those are all the interesting stats when it comes to the offense. The most strikeouts, it's Riley Green in first, 125 Ks. Ryan McMahon, representing the Rockies, he has 121 Ks. My boy Austin Riley's up there in the top 6 spot. He has 113. That's it. Let's go to the pitching, guys. Pitching, it's Max Fried and Freddie Peralta. They both have 11. Who else? Let's see what else we got. In strikeouts, Garrett Crochet, he leads the charge right now, 160 Ks. Zach Wheeler right behind him, 154. Tarek Skubal right behind him with 153. Saves, it's Robert Suarez from the Padres. He's in the lead with 28 saves. Carlos Estevez and Josh Hader, they both have 25. I think that's it. That's it for these stats. I don't want to keep reading any more stats. Check the ERA stuff. You guys look that up. Let me know who's leading ERA and all that fun stuff. That's all I'm gonna give you guys for now. What else we got on this list? What else we have on this list? Saturday, it was the futures game. The NL wins that one 4-2. Check the stats. I don't know who was playing. I'm sorry. I didn't do any research. I know J.R. Ritchie was starting, I believe, for the NL futures squad. Chipper Jones, he was managing the squad as well, so he gets his W. He's now 1-0 career managing, so that's good to see. Celebrity softball game, that was on Saturday also. The American League, they win this one 17-15. CC Sabathia, he gets the MVP. I was actually watching. I watched like half of the game. Was it half the game? Yeah, because I started watching from the third inning on. Weesing Yandel, he had a 2-run homer. Rakata, you remember him? He had a 2-run homer. Nicky Cass, he hits the first homer of the game. CC Sabathia, he hit a shot. Of course he did. Legend Jenny Finch, he went 3 for 3. T.O., he had a grand slam. Talking Jake Storiale, he had a little league homer in that one. Drewski was in there. He was having some fun. Chris Tucker, he had an inside the park homer. It was fun. It was fun to see, man. I always like watching the celebrity softball game. Always hits. Then we had the MLB draft. That was yesterday. The Nationals, they had their first pick. They select Eli Willits, the shortstop from Oklahoma. The fourth pick was Ethan Holiday. He was picked up by Colorado. Remember, the Rockies, they picked up his dad. I don't know how many years ago that was, but Matt Holiday was picked up by the Rockies, and now his son Ethan Holiday, he's coming out of high school in Oklahoma. He was a fourth pick. For the Braves, their first pick in the first round, they had the number 22 pick. They selected Tate Saudison. I'm butchering that one, bro. I definitely butchering out Tate Saudison from Nevada, shortstop / outfielder. And then they went 2 more shortstops also. So they trying to go the San Diego Padres way, where they picking up a whole bunch of shortstops. I mean, the shortstop is usually the most athletic guy on the field. I'm going to be honest. that could play anywhere, shortstop and center field. And then, catcher, you got to give props to catcher too. But anyways, they picked up Alex Lodice, shortstop from FSU, and then Cody Miller, shortstop from East Tennessee State. So they went 3 shortstops back to back to back. So, I mean, that is an area that we do need to improve in. So we'll see how those fellas end up turning out to be. Then we have what else we got? This is the longest MLB segment. Remember, I'm not doing the Braves forecast. So this is literally the longest MLB segment. We have the Home Run Derby. Of course, how could I forget? The Home Run Derby is tonight. Listen, I had said I was going Ronald Acuna Jr. La Bestia. I was going La Bestia all the way. But he was taken out of the he opted out. Matt Olson's now taking over for him during the Home Run Derby. So I gotta go Matt Olson, bro. I gotta go Matt Olson. I'm gonna rep my team, rep my guys, Matt Olson. And then I guess if it's not Matt Olson, I gotta go with my guys from DR, man. Santo Domingo. I'm gonna go O'Neal Cruz. Those are my 2 picks. I know you can't really have 2 picks, but I'm gonna go Matt Olson. And then my backup pick is gonna be O'Neal Cruz. That's my top 2 right there. Don't sleep on James Wood, bro. Excuse me. Don't sleep on James Wood. He's going to be crushing it. But anyways, let me know, who do you guys think is going to win this Home Run Derby in the comments. Let me know, who do you guys think. Jesus. My throat is mad itchy right now, bro. This is podcasting at its best. Anyways, let me know in the comments who you think is going to win this Home Run Derby. I'm going Matt Olson, and if not, I'm going O'Neal Cruz. Yes, I get 2 picks. You can pick 2 as well. Might as well. It's a toss-up. Pick 2 out of 8. That's not that bad. You should be able to win your, win at least. You got to win at least one round with one of your guys that you're going with. I don't know who's going up against who because this format's confusing. But again, let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win this Home Run Derby. And then we got the All-Star game tomorrow. Let me know who you think is going to take that one as well. I'm a National League guy, bro. I've always been a National League guy. I'm biased. I'm going National League. You already know. You don't even got to ask me. I'm a National League guy. But this is who's starting for the American League. Is Tarek Skubal. He's 10-3 with a 2.23 ERA. He has 153 Ks. We read that a little while ago. And it's going to be Paul Skeens starting for the National League. He's 4-8 with a 2.01 ERA, 131 strikeouts for him. And this is the batting lineups right now. They could always change. Sometimes they switch the batting orders and who's starting or whatever it is. Somebody tweaks something or whatever. But this is it for the American League. It's going to be Gleyber Torres leading off, Riley Green, Aaron Judge, Kyle Raleigh, and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. That's scary right there. Those 3 are scary. Ryan O'Hearn at DH. Jose Caminero. He's going to be... Hold on. 1 second here, guys. Hold on. Why did I say Jose? I did say Jose Caminero. Junior Caminero. Jose Caminero. Junior Caminero, he's going to be playing 3rd. Javi Baez batting 8th at center field. And then Jacob Wilson batting 9th at shortstop. That's pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty decent. I give you some props. That's decent. But, bro, National League's lineup is insane. It's insane, bro. You got Shohei Ohtani leading off. Then you got La Bestia, El Abusador, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's batting 2nd. Then you got Ketel Marte batting 3rd, bro. That is crazy already. Then let me get Freddie Freeman, bro, batting cleanup. Then you get Manny Machado batting 5th. He's playing 3rd. Will Smith, he's playing catcher. Kyle Tucker, bro, he's playing right field. He's batting 7th. Let me get Francisco Lindor. He's batting 8th in the shortstop spot. And then Pete Crow Armstrong, he's batting 9th, bro. Yo, that lineup is sick. Bro. You could probably put this lineup against one of those classic 90s, early 2000s lineups. This lineup is pretty filthy, man. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this lineup. Let me know who you think is going to win this game tomorrow, the All-Star game, 2025 All-Star game in Atlanta at Truist Park. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see who you think is gonna. What do you think the score is gonna be, bro? What do you think the score? I'm gonna go. I didn't even think about. I'm gonna go 6-4 National League, bro. 6-4 National League. MVP is gonna be. MVP is usually somebody who comes off the bench or something. MVP. He's not gonna come off the bench though this time. I'm gonna give MVP Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte, National League wins 6-4. Let me know in the comments who do you guys think is gonna win. Who do you guys think is gonna be MVP? Give me the final score. Give me the home run derby champ. Let me know. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the support on the Roger Clemens interview that I did with my brother-in-law, Mike Cologne. Check him out. MC's Audio, Mike the New Haven. Make sure to check him out. He should be having some sick interviews coming up soon. But yeah, thank you guys for the support on the Roger Clemens interview. Part 3 is probably going to be released tonight on the TikTok machine. You guys have been loving it on the TikTok, man. Y'all been driving them views up, and I appreciate that. So anyways, make sure to continue to follow the show, share the show. If you love baseball, you know somebody that loves baseball, share. Excuse me. Cat on my tongue. We can take a sip of this Polar. Yo, Polar. Shout out to you. Probably have them cans coming to my way, man. Well, y'all slacking. Y'all sleeping on me, bro. Y'all sleeping on me. Send them cans over. Anyways, if you know anybody that loves baseball, enjoys baseball, listens to people yapping about baseball, send this show, share it along with your friends and family members that love baseball. Anyways, I'm your host, Vic. We're going to talk about all the All-Star Week action on Friday, see how everything went. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I got to take my boy Jax outside. We will see you next time.